Whether you are meeting your boss or a team or a client, these 4 power pack tips will help you give a great presentation in any given situation. A successful presentation is like a journey where you need to make sure that your companion is not getting annoyed on the way. Let's begin. We are going to follow a simple approach to handle a great presentation, and that approach is called AIDA. And we're gonna start with A first, which is attention. How to grab the attention of your audience in the first go itself. It's not difficult. You have to choose one of these 3 ways to grab the attention. The first one is to ask a thought-provoking question from your audience, which will make them think. Number 2, can you use a prop or a problem which can grab their attention suddenly? Yeah, problems or pain points is what brings the attention. Number 3, last but not the least, each of us know that storytelling is one of the very good prop, a way to grab the attention. So can you bring in an interesting or entertaining story which can grab the audience attention? Now, after grabbing the attention of the audience, we move to the tip number 2, which is to arouse the interest of the audience. How you can do that? Simply by giving them simple exercises which they can do along with you. If they are made to do some exercises, that will raise their curiosity that what is going to happen next. And another way of doing it to increase the interest, you can bring in another presenter along with you who might be bringing in another interesting phase of the presentation. So these are the 2 ways where you can bring in the interest of the audience, or I may call it an aha moment which will arouse their emotions. Now, after knowing the interest of your audience, raising their curiosity to know more, this tip number 3 is called desire. How you can find out their desired outcome. Whatever is the presentation flow, you have to hook them throughout the presentation with the desired outcome. What they want to listen from you throughout the presentation, whatever they have learned from you, is that gonna bring the results they are been looking for? So there are 3 ways to reach out to the desired outcome of this entire show. The first and the foremost is that you have to focus on the benefits for the audience rather than talking about only the features of the product or service you are referring to. Let's say an example we take here, an Apple iPhone. An Apple iPhone can always give you those memorable moments through their camera which you would never like to forget. On the other hand, if we talk about Apple iPhone has a camera which is 48 megapixels. Which one sounds better? Those memories or the megapixels? Of course, the memories. Similarly, the next way to find out the desired outcome is to solve their biggest problem, the pain point they have been struggling with your product or service. Last but not the least, you can talk about the proof of evidence you have done it earlier. Let's say you have solved a big problem and there is a testimonial from your existing customer or from your old customer. If you can bring that on the table, that will create an excitement in front of your client. So that is the way you can find out the step number 3, which is a desired outcome. Okay, now we are into the final and the 4th step of the AIDA model. So we started with attention. A stands for attention. Then we went on to interest, and then we went on to the desire. Now finally we are into the action. After they have done these 3 steps, now they need to take certain actions after the flow of the presentation, after the interest, excitement you have increased in their part. Yeah, now for that if you are not specific onto the call to action they should take basis the result, basis the outcome they want in their life, you might miss a golden opportunity to sell your product or service. So you have to be very, very clear that if you want this kind of a result, you need to take this kind of an action, and this is basically called a call to action and the final step. Now I wanted to give you one bonus tip, and that bonus tip is to make sure the delivery of your presentation in a certain tone. Depending upon the audience, you have to pick up your tonality, and if it's a client, you can go on and speak with a passionate tone, right? Like the way I'm talking right now to you is a passionate tone. Now number 2 is, if you are presenting to your boss, to the senior management, you need to have a wise tone, a subtle and a calm tonality which will make them feel that this person is a pleasing personality and wants to make a real case here. Now, last but not the least, you have a team in front of you sitting. You want to deliver a strong message. You need to have an authoritative tone. How you can do that? You can just make your voice little louder and heavier by taking an authoritarian tone. Yeah, so this was the final tip. I hope you love this presentation way of communicating your message. Remember, a presentation is a successful journey which a companion wants to travel with you without getting annoyed. If you are facing office politics, check this video now. Let me tell you, I had been a victim of corporate politics for years until I discovered a beautiful formula called Cribs. In this video, I have shared the exact step-by-step formula that helped me overcome office politics, and that too in a short span of time. Now, there are smart ways to overcome such situations and in the way you should carry yourself to the office. To avoid this, to avoid such situations, to avoid such circumstances, you need to watch the exact steps covered in this video right now on your screen. Watch it now.